Hey everyone, this week we're going to be talking about some money saving tips that you can use while living on the road. I know that everything is super expensive right now and a lot of people are struggling, so we came up with these ideas that we use in our everyday life that you can hopefully take with you on the road and use yourself. Also, I do want to add, some of these you might be doing already and that's okay. Take what you can and leave what you don't need. Let's get into it. This is something that I wish we had done in our van when we had first moved in, but spend money now to save it later. And what do I mean by this? In specific for this example, I wish we had bought in a freezer to put into the garage space of our van so that when we're grocery shopping and we see a great deal on stuff that we'd be buying anyways, we could just stock up, put it in our freezer, and have a separate fridge and freezer in the van that we can depend on when we don't want to spend a lot of money in a month. Now this is probably my favorite tip in this whole video, mostly because I find grocery shopping fun. So when you get to a new city that you haven't been before, or even if you're in one right now, Google cheap grocery stores or grocery outlets. And there are grocery stores in a lot of major cities and even smaller ones that sell food that you'd normally be buying at a big brand grocery store for a much better discounted price. We love it. We stock our cabinets with most of those grocery stores, and it's fun because you usually see a lot of products that you never would have otherwise seen. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but if you're currently paying for campsites and you can stay off the grid, try not to pay for campsites, stay in Walmart parking lots, or look at apps and see free places you can stay instead. This is one that we do a lot ourselves, and that is find a credit card with a good points reward system that will benefit your life. Maybe it's travel points or grocery points, and use that credit card to buy everything that you'd normally buy with your debit. And then at the end of the day, just pay off that credit card balance so that you're gaining points that you can use for stuff you'd be buying anyways. Try not to eat out as much. I know this can be hard when you need a quick meal on the road or you're experiencing a new city that you want to enjoy, but it really does make a difference at the end of the month when you're looking at how much you actually spend. Try and maximize your fuel with the planning that you can do beforehand for where you're going to be driving. So if you need to drive to this town, try not to do 100 little detours on the way and really be efficient with your gas dollars. This one's my favorite, thrift shop. Not only is it fun and not only do people in vans do it, but so do people in houses. However, it can save you a lot of money. Say you need a new cheese grater or you broke your dishes and you need new dishes. Don't go to Walmart, go to the thrift store, spend $2 or $3 and save your money for something else. Let us know in the comments below, what do you do while you're living on the road that helps you save money that you think a lot of other people might not be doing? We want to hear and we can share with the community. This is one that I think not a lot of people think about or consider. Don't travel to expensive locations if you don't want to spend a lot of money. What do I mean by this? If you're going to New York, it's going to be a lot more expensive than rural Alabama, for example. So travel according to what your budget allows you to do. Doesn't mean you're not traveling, just means you're not doing all the touristy things. If you're willing to learn or try doing your own maintenance. Start with something simple like your own oil change. It's really not that difficult. Find someone who also lives on the road and who can guide you through it, or watch a couple videos to really get experience. But you save a lot of money by learning how to take care of your home on wheels by yourself. When you get to a new city, try doing more free activities. Sometimes it makes sense to splurge for something that's guided or costs a little bit of money, but most of the time a hike or even like a free guided tour will suffice. This is one that I sometimes find a little difficult because it is brutal honesty with yourself, but track your expenses. You can't get better if you don't know what you're doing wrong, or if you don't know what you're doing to not help you save money or cut down your expenses. So be honest with yourself, track what you're spending, look at it at the end of the month, and then move on to the next month better. If you're currently paying $150, $85 to go to the gym every single month and use it for showers, lower that just a little bit. Maybe you can depend on Planet Fitness, or I know in Canada we have Fit for Less. Those are like $15 to $20 a month and give you pretty much the same amenities. I know it's not as fancy, but you'll be thanking yourself at the end of the month when you realize that your expenses are quite drastically different. Use an app like Gas Buddy just to quickly check in on gas prices. If it is 10 cents cheaper and 2 minutes away, it's probably worth your time. 10 cents cheaper and 20 minutes away, don't even bother. Just do a quick check-in and make it part of your habit when filling up on gas, and you might notice a difference in the long run. This is one that a lot of people probably won't like me for, but cut down on alcohol. If you're having a beer once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week with van friends at a bar, maybe you guys can change the way that you do things and instead hang out in your van, bring your own beer that you bought yourself and didn't pay $11.50 for, and enjoy your time together the same. This one's kind of silly, and it's something that a lot of people hear even if they're not living in the van, but try not to go out for coffee so often. If you're a coffee person and you travel for the sake of seeing every coffee shop, go for it. However, if you're someone who's just gotten into the habit of an early morning Starbucks instead of making it in your van, see what you can do to make that more cost efficient yourself. So that's all we've got for this week. Hopefully you're able to take 1 or 2 things and implement them into your life and notice somewhat of a difference. Times are hard right now, guys, and I know that a lot of people are struggling to make ends meet, so we just want to do everything we can to hopefully help you change the trajectory of your van life journey. Check out our last video, Van Life Hacks. It also has a couple hacks in there that might help you save money on the road. And until next time, see ya.